Andrew didn't really fight anybody that had power behind the shots. He's fast and he's a very skillful fighter. But I don't believe Andrew's facing anybody that has the power that I do. So I think that will be a problem for him. I think, if I catch him, it's going to wake him up a little bit.
New Line and King of the Mountain State show with a very special episode. I'm here alongside Keith No, and we're talking to Trevor Bell, who's getting ready to walk in to our King of the Mountain State championship bout at lightweight against Andrew Toppin. How you feeling today, Trevor?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good.
How do you feel about that big championship fight coming up?
I'm excited. I'm excited for it. At the end of the day, these are the best guys that were in this tournament. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
So this isn't going to be your first title. So, I believe you've won a few titles in the past. You want to go into that?
So I wouldn't really call the Tough Man Championships titles, but I've won 2 Tough Man, and then I have a West Virginia State amateur title that I won a few months back. I don't know. I mean, the titles make it more interesting. But I just kind of look at it as another fight. Now I want to fight the best of the best. I'm here to see how far I can take this thing, and I'm just looking forward to it. I mean,
you've already taken out some of the top competition in West Virginia. Your last fight was an incredible performance against Brendan Kelly, the man with the impressive mustache. Walk us through that
one. So I think as far as records and stuff go, me and him were on a pretty even playing field. But as far as, people were concerned, I was kind of the underdog for that fight. Brendan looked a lot bigger than me, looked a lot stronger than me. I mean, faster and better shape. And Brendan's a tough guy. I mean, he was definitely one of the toughest fights that I've had. And in my opinion, and a lot of the people that I've talked to, he was going to be the toughest guy in this tournament. So, I mean, having that fight in the semifinals, a lot of people that I talked to thought that should have been, me and him should have been the finals fight. We should have been saved for last, but it happened in the semifinals, and I think it was a close fight. It came down, I believe it came down to the 3rd round, and towards the end of the round, I caught Kelly, shook him up a little bit, and kept him on the ropes for the last little bit of that round, and I think that's what kind of turned the tides for me in that fight. And I mean, all credit to Kelly. He was a tough guy. But I just think I was, the better ball.
To chase.
Do you see his face on you? Is it frozen on your screen?
Yeah, it's frozen on mine too.
I thought he was having a seizure or something. Oh man. Yeah, you're over here having a serious moment. And I'm like, what in the world is going on?
What the heck happened, guys? I'm so sorry.
Dude, you look like the Undertaker.
Yeah,
your eyes were straight up. It was just white.
I'm so sorry. I was frozen.
We can edit that out.
All right. Let's restart where we can. I'm so sorry.
No, we're good. We just move on. I'll edit that part. We got it.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as the Kelly fight, we were actually talking about setting up a fight between me and him for like a Doghouse Promotions title and all this long before we even knew we were going to meet in the King of the Mountain State. So that was a fight that, was going to happen regardless because, we're both some of the top contenders in this weight class. And a lot of the people that I've talked to, and they, thought we were the 2 best in this weight class. Yeah. And everybody wanted to see us fight. So when that King of the Mountain State fight happened, I think it drew a lot of attention. And, me and him are friends outside of it. We talked. Chase actually made a joke at the weigh-ins because me and Kelly weighed in. We did our little face-off, and then we went and ate lunch together. So there's no bad blood with that. It was a fun fight, though.
Yeah. So what's next for you after this tournament?
I've been asked that a few times. I think I'm going to keep working my way through the amateurs. I do want to take boxing to the pro level, but I don't want to rush into it. I've only been training for about a year and a half, 2 years now. So I'm still green to this. And, I don't want to just because I got a good amateur record and an amateur belt and possibly another belt, I don't want to just rush into the pro scene.
Yeah.
there's levels to it.
So you
he's-
could potentially be the first guy to win King of the Mountain State and then come back the next year to defend that and fight through the tournament again.
Yeah. I want to stay in the amateurs for a little bit longer. I think that's the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to rush into the pro scene and thinking I'm ready and thinking I'm all this and then not being so.
Yeah.
So tell us, you say you've been training only a year and a half, 2 years. Take us back. What got you started? What made you want to become a fighter?
So my dad used to fight, and he actually used to train with Mike Sheppard and all those guys back when they were my age. And the Tough Man contest came into town. My buddies were talking to me about signing up for it. I decided to sign up. 2 weeks before the Tough Man started, I went to Doghouse and started training. So the first Tough Man I fought in, I had 2 weeks of training. And my first fight, I had a 28-second knockout in the first round. And everything, I don't know, I kind of fell in love with it after that. I was like, maybe I could be all right at this. That was my first time ever stepping in the ring. Mm-hmm. I did well. And it just escalated. I think it was one point where I fought like 3 Tough Mans back to back, like 1 week after another. I got like 12 fights in 3 weeks or something like that.
That's awesome. Yeah,
you mentioned training at Doghouse. You're under Mike Sheppard, Kenny Watkins. So what's your training looking like with those guys?
It's tough. Kenny Sheppard and Donnie, they all push their guys. We do sparring. So for me, I'll spar Mondays and Thursdays. And then Donnie has a fundamentals class at 10 a.m. on Saturday. And then there's also sparring on Sundays. And when I'm not in the boxing gym sparring, Donnie has me go to a weightlifting gym, workout, cardio, running, doing all this stuff. So I've been in the gym 6 days a week here lately. And the coaches, they definitely push their fighters.
Yeah.
So what kind of confidence does it give you being under a guy like Mike who has been there and done that in this sport? Like, he's had big fights with former champions, and anything that happens to you in your career, he's probably seen it before.
Yeah. I'll tell you, having somebody like Mike Sheppard with the resume that he has, we'll be in the gym and I'll run pads, or I'll do a few rounds of sparring. And, having a guy like that, when I get done, being like, man, you're looking good. Like, you can go far in this. That means a lot, because he was one of those guys that did take it far and did go to the high level. So having him, look at me and be like, man, you're doing good. It's a big pat on the back.
Yeah. So you got your opponent, Andrew Toppin. What do you think of this guy, and how do you feel he matches up with you?
I think Andrew is a good fighter, and I like the guy. There's no bad blood. I've seen his interview with you guys too. We're all cool. I don't think I won that first face off, like you said, just because I think he's a skillful boxer. I just don't think he's as fast as I am, and I don't think in this tournament he faced anybody that could hit as hard as I'm able to. I've got knockouts on my resume. I was able to shake Kelly up. The first guy I fought in the King of the Mountain State, I was able to shake him up. Andrew didn't really fight anybody that had power behind the shots. They were quick. Justin, he's fast and he's a very skillful fighter. But I don't believe Andrew's faced anybody that has the power that I do. So I think that will be a problem for him. I think, if I catch him, it's going to wake him up a little bit, and his game plan is going to kind of go out the window.
Well, it would have been an awkward thing if his fight went the other way and you were fighting Milam, because I believe you guys are out of the same gym.
Yeah, we actually trained together, spar together. We talked about it too. Like, Justin and I were like, yeah, man, there's a chance we can meet in the finals, and we'll put on a show. At the end of the day, we'll still be friends. What happens in the ring stays in the ring.
Yeah. If you're fighting Justin Milam, it's probably like a 90% chance you're going to end up with fight of the night.
Oh yeah.
Win or lose, it's going to be fight of the night.
Justin's he's a slick guy.
Yeah.
He's in sparring with him. He's an awkward guy to fight. He just moves and he switches stances and he's all over the place.
Yeah. He's different. He is different.
So I was talking to Chase Hill about you a little bit, and his exact words to describe you as a fighter, and he told me to tell you this: plain Jane vanilla.
Oh, yeah.
But he said that nobody can beat you at it. You are a technically sound boxer, old school, but you're so damn good at it, nobody can touch you. Does that sound like an accurate description?
I would say so. And I have to credit that a lot to the coaches at Doghouse, because when I first started training, I was hands down, jumping around, moving around, doing all this stuff, and they've kind of flipped the switch with me. I mean, I got a high guard. I walk forward. I don't move around a lot. I mean, I'm just kind of a straightforward boxer, plain Jane, like Chase said. Not nothing special. Orthodox, hands up, and I just come forward.
Yeah.
So tell me, you've been doing this a while now. Who are some fighters that you look up to or want to be more like?
As far as amateurs or like professionals?
Anybody, pros, people throughout history, any boxers, any fighter.
So a lot of people probably say this, but I like Canelo. That high guard that he has, the way he fights, I can't really copy it all well yet, but I like that style. Another one, I don't know if a lot of people have heard of, but Ryan Garcia, he's young, my age, undefeated now, just had another knockout win the other day.
Fast.
It was last night, wasn't it?
Really fast.
Yeah, last night. Very, very fast and very crisp.
And he's kind of Canelo's protege, isn't he?
Yeah, I think they train together and stuff. But, I mean, those are two guys I look at because when you watch them fight, their fundamentals are on point. All their punches are crisp. They're all quick. They all are thrown perfect. And, I mean, that's something I need to work on. I mean, even with the Kelly fight, I got sloppy a few times and back on it. I'm like, I need to fix that stuff. And those are two guys that are very, very crisp.
Yeah.
I think that's about it for me. What do you got to add, Keith? You got anything to ask before we walk away from this little chat?
Man, I'm so tired from all the interviews yesterday. I can't think.
Okay, I got one. You just shut up. You just shut up and let me handle this. All right, Trevor, if you could say anything to Andrew Toppin, what would it be?
May the best man win.
May the best man win. You heard it right here from Mr. Plain Jane. Vanilla pudding.
We're going to see Trevor Bell versus Andrew Toppin for the lightweight championship of King of the Mountain State. Who's going to walk away the victor? I don't know.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Trevor.
Yeah,
everybody, August 6th, King of the Mountain State, Charleston Civic Center. Tickets are on sale now. Fightertix.com/king. Get your tickets now. Front row is almost gone.